is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Got a great stream for you tonight, but thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. We're going to be talking a little pre-game Hamcation, what's been going on with this trip so far, and it's going to be a really exciting show. First, I wanted to give a shout out to my newest Patreons. I appreciate you guys. You guys rock. You're part of the reason why I get to do things like take a month off and go to Florida. I wish you guys were paying for all that, but you are a part because you help, man. I appreciate you guys. And somebody was saying the Patreon link is broke. I will get that link fixed. But you can go to Patreon and search Ham Radio Adventure Guy, and you will find me. So I appreciate that. Also, I would like to thank, this is our top 10 donors that's in for the drawing. 22 Mile Prepper got booted out because the current leader, David Adams, who came out of nowhere, I want to give him a really, really huge shout out because everybody knows I was talking about my layover in Washington and I was going to stay at Union Station and stuff. David got me a room in Washington. It is an absolutely amazing room, and I really appreciate him. So he did take the top spot, and that's how the top 10 set. And so everybody in this list is still in the drawing for when the quarter ends so far. So stay tuned. All right. It is Hump Day Happy Hour. And like I said, we're talking pregame. So I can't wait to get it started. So I'm going to bring out my guests. Baby. What is up, Pat?
Hello. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good. You know, just getting through the work week. Did a little POTA activation during lunch.
Awesome. Yeah, I did a POTA activation today as well. Like next week, I will be like hardcore activating like I'm usually. Right now, I'm doing a park or two a day because it's just so busy right now preparing for Hamcation and stuff. But man, the bands were not great today for me, or I don't know, maybe it just wasn't my day. But you know, I got both parks activated that I did today. What's going on, Jesse? I got both parks activated. I couldn't hear nothing on 40 whatsoever.
Yeah, I was having the same issues, definitely.
Right.
But I was also like in the middle of the city, so
yeah, I got out on 20, and that's what I got it activated on. And then tonight, that may have been on me. I don't know, but tonight I did an 80-meter late shift. And, you know, normally when I do an 80-meter late shift, I am doing with the Eagle One. So I'm killing it. You know, I'm getting everybody. Well, tonight I did a late shift on the Wolf River Cools, and I've never worked the Wolf River Cools on 80 meters. So that may have been on me. We will see because, you know, not a lot of people in Florida does late shifts because not a lot of parks are open. I found that out. I've had to search.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in Florida that they close them down in dark. That doesn't surprise me. That's all the same way up here too. I guess the exception you could say would be like the mall because that's kind of always open. But like any like parks usually close at dark. Although Greenbelt Park actually has camping, which is pretty close. So
yeah, like see in West Virginia, like most of the parks, I can go in after dark. Actually, I can't think of any that I can't go in after dark, to be honest. That's like I was talking to Bill, and he's like, I was asking him about a couple of the wildlife management areas around here. He's like, they're pretty creepy after dark, man. I don't know about them. He's like, I don't know if you can or not, but they're pretty creepy. And I was like, Bill, I'm from West Virginia, and every park I go to after dark is pretty creepy. So
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I actually used to live out there for a couple of months. I lived up in Cross Lanes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome. I know where Cross Lanes is. That's not far from where I work at, actually.
Yeah, so I know what you're talking about. Like it does get a little eerie at night up there.
Hey, shout out to Whiskey Bravo 3 Echo Juliet Sierra, who just bought me a slice of pizza. I appreciate that. And as a matter of fact, everything that gets donated tonight will go with me to Hamcation and buy something really cool to review on the channel. So you guys are basically spoiling me tonight. I need the money for other things while I'm down here, but I done said anything I make tonight, I'm going to take the Hamcation and I'm just going to buy something cool and just put a review on the channel because our review videos do really good. What's up, Joseph Collins? I see a lot of Patreons in there tonight. What's up, Ed? And don't forget Patreons. We have the happy hour after dark. So when this show ends, you can, the link is in the Patreon already. You can pop over and ask us some questions, hang out. It's been really fun the last couple of weeks when we were doing that. But I guess we better get on topic here. So, we're talking pregame. So pretty much everything that I've done since I left West Virginia is pregame for Hamcation and it's been a lot of fun. I'll tell you, I've had some adventures already. And well, my first adventure was getting to DC the first day. My train was supposed to leave at 8:04 in the morning. So we get started there, and I get a notification that there's a 2-hour delay on the train. I'm like, great. We're already halfway there. So we go and we start, we get some breakfast and we're looking around a little bit. And all of a sudden I get a message from my neighbor. And it's like, hey, I found a green bag across from your house. It's got a tag with your name on it. I was like, no, there's no way. It was in the trunk. It was in the hatch. Now, mind you, when we got to the end of my road, the trunk light was on. And my son-in-law gets out and goes around and shuts it. And my daughter asked him, said, should Dad get back there and make sure everything's back there? And he's like, no, because if it would have opened, we would have heard it dinging as it opened. Guess what? It opened. So he's like, so what's in the green bag? I was like, every piece of clothing that I'm taking with me.
Would be important. Yeah.
So he's like, all right. He's like, I can make it. So he drives like crazy all the way back. I jump out, grab the bag, start flying back. I start to get almost back, and I get another notification, 2 more hours. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So we went to another couple stores looking around, and then finally they had to get back because the kids had games and stuff like that. So they dropped me off with supposedly 30 minutes left. Then I get another notification, another hour and 30 minutes. And I'm like,
you gotta love how reliable American rails are.
Well, here's what happened. Again, it's cold up that way, and it's not like it is here in Florida. By the way, I activated in a T-shirt today. Do you know how long? Do you know how long it's been since I activated in just?
It was almost T-shirt weather here for a little bit today. It was up to like in the mid-50s. It wasn't bad.
And that's the thing. They're telling me that this is still cold for here.
Oh, yeah. For Orlando? Oh, yeah.
I'm like, cold? This is great. But so finally the train comes, and it ended up being a piece of rail in Cincinnati froze and broke. It got that cold that a piece of rail froze and broke. That's cold. And that's what the big delay was. So then I'm like, all right. Get on the train. Finally get to DC, get to the room that David has purchased for me. Now, David, because I had talked to him on the way up there, and he called the room to let him know that I was running late and everything. And they said, everything's fine. He's just got to come in, show him his number that we gave you, and you're everything good. And I get up in there. I don't even know. I can't remember if I told you this or not, Pat. It's right after Pat comes to the train station, picked me up. By the way, big shout out to Pat because he came out at what I get there at 10:30 at night.
Something like that, yeah. I mean, I was already out. It wasn't a big deal.
He comes out and gives me a ride to the motel, then comes back the next morning and picks me up to go do Parks on the Air. So big shout out to him. But I go in there and she's like, okay, I need your card. I'm like, no, it's already paid for. She's like, no, it's for the security deposit. And I'm like, no, it's already taken care of. You've already got the card information. And we go through this big fiasco, arguing back and forth. And finally, I have to call David, and she sends him an email to where he gives her the right to use the card to let it go through for the security deposit. I mean, that money wasn't even coming off there, but they were holding it for, I think they said 2 days or something. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Room was amazing. I'll give it that. If you want a really techie type room,
And cheap.
go to the YOLO hotel. Like everything was really high tech in there. It was a really cool room. But anyway, the next morning, Pat comes picks me up.
Yep.
And we go do a fiver. I mean, who does a fiver? I ain't gonna lie. Some of you guys was messaging me before Pat even got there that morning. What time are you getting online? I'm already watching for you. I mean, it was great. Like I already had a pile up on my phone waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So, we go and Pat, tell them a little bit about the setup. I'm gonna let you talk a little bit here.
Yeah. So, I'll actually have to link the map I made. I actually started making a POTA map of DC, and it's like all the parks outlined and all the trails that run through DC and everything. But we set up on the river side of Wyndham Baines Johnson Park. There's like a memorial side and like a river side. We're on like the river side. And you basically have to walk through the parking lot, go under this little tunnel under the road and walk down the trail. I think we went 100 yards or so. And I tossed an end-fed half wave up in a tree. I think you got a video of that. And that's all spoiled.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. And so we had a MFJ 1984 running up into a tree. I had a little lamp cord dipole. I don't think we ever used it though. I think I hooked it up. I don't think I ever used it. And we had your Wolf River coil. And your Wolf River coil just worked great. We tried, I think at first we tried on 10 beaters, I want to say. No, it wasn't 10. Was it 15?
15.
Yeah, 15, we tried on 15 because I could hear Germany coming in at a 5.7, 5.8. Good signal. I was like, I want to work some DX. And that didn't really pan out. And I think we went to, did we go to 20 after that or 40?
I think we did 20 for a little bit and we did okay.
Yeah, we kept getting stepped on hard.
Yeah.
I think we were using my G90 at that point too.
We was. Really quick shout out to Covain for the 5 slices of pizza. And shout out to Scott for the 3 slices of pizza. You guys must be wanting to see something cool, man. I appreciate it. Keep it coming, man. Every penny we'll buy something cool, and we will definitely review it on the channel. But we was still using the G90 at that point. And man, I'm gonna tell you, I've got a G90. I got my bag in the bedroom in there. It came with me too. Mind you, I had 3 bags, and my radio case going with me on the train. And I'm sure Pat's like, man, this guy packs a lot of clothes. No, two out of 3 bags and the case.
My wife.
2 out of 3 bags and the case was all radio equipment. The one bag had clothes and some radio equipment in there.
Yeah, I brought both of my G90s. I only needed one. And I thought we were going to be able to do a dual transceiver setup, but I think the radios were just a little too close together to do that. unfortunately. So
I,
maybe next time that's something I keep in mind. Bring like a little side table or whatever that could throw G90 and an FT8 and let
well,
it
I think
plug away.
the antennas may have been a little too close as well.
Yeah, maybe. It could have been anything really, I
Because
guess.
even at Winter Field Day, uh, if you guys remember to set up in the video, uh, Tristan was at the far table, and I was at the far end over here, and then Jason was at another table over here, and I was still stepping on both of them really hard. So,
Well, it was funny though, because I remember like when I tried to use 20 and you were using 40, you didn't step on me at all.
yeah, you stepped on me.
Yep. I don't know. I swear it was the chokes that did it because I threw the chokes on the end, the feed point, and it seemed like that stopped it from splashing over to you, or you splashing to me. Then I kept splashing to you. So I don't know.
I'm gonna have to buy some bandpass filters for sure because I love activating with other people. Normally, it's just a one radio activation.
Yeah.
Stay tuned because you're going to see a lot of activating with other people while I'm down here.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got a K8 MRD activation coming up.
Nice.
Myself and Bill is probably going to go on a Rove weekend after this one. I talked to Kyle a little bit last night, and we're going to try to coordinate something, a couple of us, while they're down here for this. So lots of cool videos like that. But I would I told Pat, I was like, I'll probably edit the video from Washington on the train ride. Listen, I haven't even got all the footage downloaded because I just pretty much put the camera on and press record. Yeah. And every so often I'd shut it off for a minute and then hit record again. So, I mean, it's taken forever just to get the uploads done. And
we did a solid like 3 hours ish of activating too.
Oh yeah. I'll be honest, from Cary, North Carolina until Jacksonville, Florida. Yes, I did wake up and go to the bathroom a few times. I don't remember anything. I slept like crazy from Cary to Jacksonville. It was nuts. But speaking of going to the bathroom on a train, I love traveling on trains. I'm going to tell you, I love it. It's fun. But if you've ever been to the bar and thought you had a buzz, but you were really drunk and went to the bathroom, you know that exact feeling that you're sitting there, at the urinal and you're just teetering. That's what it's like to be on a train. So if you want a non-alcoholic drunk, pee in a train bathroom.
Yeah. The worst I ever had that, I was in Europe when I was this is probably like 12 years ago, actually, at this point. I was just backpacking around Europe, and I was going through, I think it was Romania. Yeah, I was going through Romania, and for one, there was a heat wave, so that wasn't any fun. In Romania and that part of the world, they don't even have air conditioning, so it was hot. And then the train comes, I'm taking to Bulgaria, and it's like an old Soviet train. Like this thing's literally like from the 70s, built in the Soviet Union. It's crap. It's horrible. And that thing was doing this the whole time. It was like a 14-hour trip. It was just rocking like a boat. And then like at 1 o'clock in the morning, like all these screaming Romanians come on, drunk as shit, and wake me up. That's just no fun. I have a lot of train stories, actually.
Hey, shout out to Hayden for 5 slices of pizza and to Joseph Collins for 5 slices of pizza. You guys rock. I hope to see both of you guys in After Dark tonight, man. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna hang out and talk. I love that. And in case any of you guys don't know what After Dark is, it's the top 2 tiers of my Patreons. It's one of their benefits that after my live streams, they get to come on and ask questions with myself and the guest if the guest stays. And so far, they've all stayed. So it's a good time. I've had a good time with it. But anyway, we finally get off 20 meter, and we switched to my radio. Because I kept telling him, I was like, when we go to 40, we're going to get a pile up. We're going to get a pile up. Because I knew where everybody was waiting, because it happens all the time. And we hooked up. Well, my radio is already hooked up. We did the Wolf River coils, and I called CQ, and the first time they came through, he just looked at me because it was loud. I mean, we were again. I love the G90; it does great, but the difference in the G90 and the Yaesu 991A is crazy. Like, and if you were to be there with the Eagle One, you really wouldn't know what to do. I'd love to bring my Eagle One, man. That thing is amazing.
Yeah, I think my first antenna I buy, like the portable already set up ones, would probably be the Buddy Pole because operating conditions, and then I'd probably go a Wolf River coil after that, and then my third one would definitely be the Eagle one, just because I'd need the car for that one. So
well, now they do have a tripod.
But it's
but it is absolutely massive, and like I'll be honest, two of the guys brought Eagle Ones to field day, and they were using tripods, and they work great. But I prefer it's so much like the setup time with me and the Eagle One. I can be activating before I ever get like the Wolf River coils even set up because you got to stretch out all the radials and all this.
Because Eagle One doesn't have radials, doesn't it? Does that have
matter of fact, somebody actually asked. Yes, Hayden, the Wolf River coils is a great antenna. I have no problems with it. Somebody asked me what antennas I'm using down here, and so far it's been the Wolf River coils. Tomorrow I will be pulling out the Buddy Stick Pro for the first time because I had to have time to actually shoot video of me using it the first time. So I filmed the first activation in Florida. I got some good footage for that, but like I'll be honest, I got off the train in Florida, and 40 minutes later I was in the park, and that was with stopping at Checkers and getting some food. Set up, did an activation, left there. I was like, oh, Orlando's got a new HRO. Drove over to HRO. Walk into HRO, and one of the guys is like,
damage you do there.
One of the guys says, you look familiar to me. I was like, I have a YouTube channel. He's like, which one? And I was like, Ham Radio. He's like, that's where I know you from. And he's like, you should come back tomorrow. We're doing a big grand opening thing and blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, cool. So I go back up that way today because where it's at is probably an hour and 20 from where I'm staying. But I go back up there and I do another park up that way this morning, which I would love to go mountain biking at, but I don't think I will ever go radio at again. Now, if I was doing a hiking, taking the G90 and stuff and going hiking, which I do, I like to do that. But just setting up there it wasn't cool at all. But it's out of my way. I've got it activated down. I don't have to go back. But I did that, and I went back to HRO. And who is standing there when I walk in? John from Yaesu. And
that's who that was.
Yeah, and I literally sat there and picked his brain for probably.
What does he do at Yaesu?
John's the man at Yaesu.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's the one. And matter of fact, we were talking about the DX10, and he has serial number 2 for the DX10. He's like, they gave serial number 1 to the tech department there. But he's got serial number 2.
Wow. How about that?
Oh my goodness. And the 101, I never realized how big the 101D is.
I thought we did work, Greg, GRG.
I
thought we did work, Hayden. I don't know.
Hayden, did you not work me in DC? I thought we worked you in DC. I really think.
I don't know.
He'll pop in and answer in a second, but I thought we worked you in DC.
You need to come drive by me with your car one day and just hit me on 2 meters.
No, he says he didn't work us. Okay, I was. You know what? I remember you saying that you got in after work or something and didn't get us. Maybe that's why I was thinking it.
Oh yeah.
Someone is addicted to POTA, Joseph Collins. Yes, I believe someone is.
I think two of us are at least.
Yeah, I
That's
kind
about
of.
all I do. I don't even have an antenna up in my backyard because that dipole I brought was in my backyard, and I took it down to bring it with me.
Oh, so Joseph Collins, I still need DC for POTA. Why? I told you that I was going to be there Monday doing a fifer.
You don't get California well on 40 on there. You get out like maybe Midwest, like Dakotas.
I would tell you what,
Nebraska.
Joseph. I'll tell you what, Joseph. Since you're a Patreon and since you're a very good guy, and I know you're going to be an After Dark tonight, I will tell you that more than likely, I will probably be going to DC on Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
And
not just him either.
Yeah, not just him, but I ain't saying nothing else about that. But
yeah.
I will try my best to get an Eagle One up there. And if I get an Eagle One up there, I can probably get you a DC.
Yeah, you could set that up easy at like Rock Creek Park. That is tons of space there. You might be able to set it up at LBJ. I mean, that'd be a lot to schlep around, but
like I want to go on a walking rove there. My goodness, there's so many parks that are so close.
Oh yeah, no. If you go to like the National Mall, that's what I was talking about to you while you're here. Like, I'm not going to spoil that yet, but you could start at the Lincoln Memorial, activate that, and you'd also be at the mall. And then you could walk over to the Vietnam War Memorial, activate that. You could walk over to Constitution Gardens, activate that. You could walk to the Washington Monument, President's Park, back down to you could just walk all over like that whole little monument area all day and just activate parks.
Like a walking radar award. That would be cool.
I think walking is only a kilometer too.
Yeah, it's a kilometer for walking.
So, and that's nothing. You could easily do that. You could maybe get a lion in DC just walking.
That would be so awesome.
That would be a lot of walking. It'd be at least 12 kilometers, which is like what, 8 miles ish.
I can do that. It's just a gear.
Yeah. I think what would be good for that. I saw Andy, the British guy on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like the RC cars. Yeah. He had this antenna. I want to find it. It's like a little mag loop. You just plug it in the back of your radio. Did you see the video with that?
I think I have seen that.
Yeah. So if I can get my CW up, you can just walk around with like a QRP rig, CW, just like that.
Yeah. I know Dwayne is going to send me his 5100 for me to play with a little bit and do some videos on when I come back from Florida. He wanted to send it before, and I told him, I said, look, I don't want you to send it and I already be gone and be sitting there or something and go missing. So let's wait till I get back from Florida. But yeah, so that's going to be cool. I'm going to definitely do some QRP action with that. I'm going to get 10 sodas in this year. So
you're lucky. I can't do soda here.
Yeah.
The closest thing's like an hour and a half away.
Dude, you can come on an adventure to West Virginia. We can do soda.
Well, yeah, I told you I might come down for the little hamvention you have in a March. I might come down for that.
Oh, the ham fest down there?
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Yeah, because I'll go visit my sister too. She's a student at West Virginia Tech. So
okay, cool deal. That would be awesome. See you later, Scott. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the pizza.
See you, Scott.
You have a good evening. But DC was definitely cool. While we were out there, we actually had another ham. What did he do? Did he call you on the 2 meter?
I called out on 2 meters, and then like a minute later, like I heard someone come back on the HT. I was like, oh crap! So I just ran over to the table, picked up the HT, and I was like, hey, WA&PBE. It's like, hey, yeah, I'm over here in the parking lot. Where are you guys? I was like, oh, you gotta come walk around the island, man. We're on the other side.
Yeah, and I mean that was really cool. You know, I have people come up to me a lot when I'm in parks and ask me. We had a guy come in ask questions. That was really what's cool about a twofer is like
two people.
There was 2 people.
Yep.
You know, and like literally, I could sit there and work on the pile up and while he was talking and stuff like that. And that was really cool. But I haven't never. That's the first ham I've actually had come up. I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to see somebody activating in a park and walk up right behind them and be like, "Park to park."
Yeah, like that reminds me of my story I told you with Carrie, KB3WAV. So I was at Greenbelt Park activating one day. I'm sitting there in the parking lot. The pileup is basically gone by that point. And I was actually about to pack it up and leave. And then I hear clear as day, S9 plus, WA&PBE, KB3WAV. I was like, oh, it's Carrie. So I'm like, park to park. She said park to park too. I was like, KB3WAV, WA&PBE. You're loud and clear here in Greenbelt Park, 0670. And then she comes back, she's like, yeah, I'm in 0670 too. I was like, oh, what part of the park you in? She's like, I'm right behind you. And I turn around and sure as day, there's Carrie in her little red Jeep.
Yes, that is great. I would love that to happen. And I figure that will happen to me when I do the Delaware in a week trip.
Yeah.
Because Carrie's already told me that her and Ray would like to come out and do some of those with me. And then Lou.
She was close up there.
Yeah, Lou said he might come out and do some with me. So, that could definitely happen for sure. Got a lot of. Yes, Carrie is a POTA machine.
Yep, definitely.
She's like
number one all time, isn't she?
I believe so. I can look real quick. I believe so.
Yeah, I think
I know she's out there like every day. I don't know if she's got every single day this year. I can't remember seeing her name in there, but she's out there almost every day for sure. Even before they started keeping track of it. So.
And then Dell's out there a lot too. I think he might be on track with every day with you.
Yeah, there's I think 5 of us left.
N2 NWK. I think that's his call sign, something like that. His name's Dell. He activates a ton around here. He doesn't do a lot of DC. He lives up near Baltimore, I think. So he does all the parks up there.
What's his call sign?
What is it? It's like November 2, November Whiskey Kilo, something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. He's activating all the time. I thought I saw his name on the list too when they did the little POTA update. It said people on track and had you, Carrie, and a few other people. I think.
Okay, so for all time, for activations, it is Carrie.
Yeah.
For all
this year,
time,
it's you.
For all time, no, not in activations. For all time,
you're not number 1 this year.
Not in activations. For all time parks, it's November 4 Charlie Delta, and for all time QSOs, it's Carrie again. So Carrie is all time activations and all time QSOs. Now for this year, you would have Bill would be leading the activations. Listen, I can't fathom keeping up with Bill. Bill has a job where he's able to stop during work. And
he's a truck driver or whatever?
No, I think he might be in sales or something like that.
Huh.
I'm not exactly sure, but he's leading in activations. Parks is led by Bill with a very very slim lead. I'm right behind him. I plan on catching him in parks. That's right, Bill. I'm calling you out. And QSOs, I have a big lead in QSOs.
Yeah, you do. I was up on the top 10 like beginning of this year because of Support Your Parks weekend. I kind of fell off because I'm just kind of a weekend warrior.
Yeah, congratulations to you, dude. You were the top QSO person for Support Your Park weekends.
So yes, I'm just going to go back to the 5 for every Support Your Park weekend.
Yes, Hayden, it was Bill Brown who I'm talking about. That's who I'm actually going to do the Rove with in a couple weekends as well.
Let's see his call sign. Oh.
Hey, thank you very much, Jeff. I'm definitely safe from the trip, and I'm definitely having fun. Like I told somebody, I was complaining about the bands, but I told somebody in the chat earlier, like a bad day on the radio is way better than a good day at work.
Yep.
I promise you that. Matter of fact, Pat actually played hooky from work to do photo with me. Cool stuff.
You know, I hadn't taken a single day off this school year, so I was like, yeah, whatever, take the day off.
Yeah, good stuff for sure. But what else cool happened while we were in DC? Well, wow, you're still in DC.
Well, yeah, I'm always in DC. What do you think? Yeah, we did get. So, like, I was trying to get you to run over and come talk on the HT too when I was talking to that guy because I wanted you to get the VHF contact.
Right. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
For sure. It's not like I'm trying to get N1TC parked there, but you know.
Well, have they done endorsements for that one yet?
For what? N1TC?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't got that one yet. I'm still.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I still got three parks that I need. I've only got 8 out. I need 2 more, and 1 park with 7, and the rest I've got at 10 for it. But
my struggle is 6 meters. I don't have a 6 meter rig.
Dude, 6 meters, it just won't open up. I have got 1 6 meter parks on the air contact. 1.
You know, I might just skip 6 and go for 1.25.
Well, I can do 162 with the, even though I'm not supposed to. Listen. People crack me up when they say
free bander.
They're like, the Wolf River Coils is a 10 to 80, and it doesn't do good on 80. And I scoff at them because the Wolf River Coils can be tuned from 6 to 160. And it does excellent on 80 because you can ask anybody who hunts me late shift. When I'm in West Virginia, I do 80 meters every single night on the Wolf River Coils, and I kill it. So it is not a 10 to 80. It will 6 meter. I'm going to tell you, it was a rough contact. I made it. 160 does awesome on digital, and it's a little iffy on the sideband, but I've made them. I've made park to parks. I've had people actually come over when I was on 80 and park to park me. And then he says, when you're done, will you message me and come over to 160 and give me a park to park? And I'm like, sure.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do 160. I'll probably just do 1.25 and call it a day. Because I have like a bow fan that does 1.25. And then if I, get a few people and go to a couple parks, there you go.
Well, I finished my my Cabway Lingo that for the N1TC. I was at 8 there, and I finished him on 2 meter and 440. So, I do play with a little bit, but there's just not very many people on 2 meter and 440. I knew there was that weekend because it was.
Well, that's not true here, though.
Yeah, it's definitely not true. You normally get like 3 or 4 contacts, you said, for a park.
Sometimes people will message me too, like, hey, can you hop on 2 meters? I'm like, down the street. It's like, all right,
Covain, there is a place called, I think it's Cheap QSL Cards. That is the cheapest place you can get them. I personally got mine from a local guy, and he does really good work. I'm sure he would ship them to you. He's not expensive, and if you're wanting them now, I can't help you. But if you're just wanting them when in the future, message me when I get back to West Virginia, and I'll go talk to him for you because he does a real good job. He did my POTA cards, and if you've seen last year's Hamcation, even though there was not Hamcation last year, I still came and did Hamcation. I still did my month in Florida last year. That's where I did my roller coaster QSO. And I tried everywhere in the world to film that thing, but you trying to film on a roller coaster, holding a camera and a radio, trying to
use a radio on a roller coaster to begin with.
In my pocket. It's a handheld.
What, did you use like a headphone or whatever?
It was 2 meter vocal repeater.
No, I was saying, like, how could you hear it?
How could I hear it? I made out his call and he made out mine.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, I sent him a card and stuff for it.
I was thinking like the roller coaster would be really loud.
It was really loud, but the filming part definitely did not work at all.
But to be fair, I've actually made QSOs on the Metro with my 2 meter. We get out of town, I'll be like CQ 2 meters, Metro Mobile.
I meant to pull out my 2 meter when I was on the train and do APRS just to see if it worked.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And somebody needs to remind me when I'm on my way back. Remind me before I leave. No Eagle One for 80 meters. I'm shocked. Yeah, I'm shocked too. Eagle One is amazing for 80 meters, David. Anybody who hunts me on 80 meters will test it. Dude, I think 80 meters when I do late shift might be some of my biggest pileups because
I could see that.
Like
80 meters has been really good, so I could see that.
I did sort of like I normally have a really cool temper, and I was already aggravated because 80 meters was not working. Nothing was working hardly today. And again, I haven't failed an activation, so but I went to a frequency where I heard these guys talking, and I waited for them to break, and I threw out my call sign, and I said, for a radio check. And it's on 80 meters, and this guy comes on there, and he's like, this frequency's in use. Yeah, your radio's working, asshole. And I'm like, all right, thank you very much, sir. I was leaving it at that. I was going to leave it. And then he's like, you just turn on your radio and start trying to take over our frequency. And I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to take over your frequency. I asked you for a radio check. Don't give me that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, man. And he kept going on and on. I was like, you know what? You're what's killing ham radio.
Yeah.
and then he really went off, and I was like, you have a nice day, sir.
Yeah, that's right, Cusin.
All right. You go ahead and say what you were saying. I seen a couple questions.
Yeah, no. That's happened to me a couple of times. And I'm sure like he's the same guy who went on QRZ like 3 minutes later and put it in the forums like, these damn POTA activators and their radios. He's probably that same post that I saw in the club. Same guy probably. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I just think the old folks are getting grumpy because they're old. I don't know.
It's quite funny.
We need more young people.
It's quite funny because Jeff put 80 meters in colonoscopies, and it's quite funny because I was talking to John today, and we were talking a little bit about 80 meters and this, that, and the other. And there was another guy that works there. Some of you guys probably know him. Mike Wiz. I'm going to mess up his last name. It starts with a W-I. He's from Florida. He does POTA.
Don't ask me.
Mike, if I really mess up your name, I would say it, but I'd really mess it up. I know who he is. I've talked to him on the radio, but Anyway, they were sitting there and we were talking. We was all talking about it, and I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "I like going on 80 meters." And if somebody comes on there and they say, "Excuse me, we like to talk on this frequency. Would you mind the move?" Absolutely, I'll move for you every time. But when you come on there and you just turn on your CW key and hold it down, or you're playing music or cussing it, myself and probably at least 50 or 60 hunters will sit on your frequency and until we're done.
Yep.
And I've told people that, like the one night the guy come on, he's like, "Hey, he read his call, got in my log. He's like, I just want to tell you in about 45 minutes, there's about 20 guys that come on here. They always use this frequency." And he's like, "That can be a little bit rude if you're still on here." And I said, "Look, dude, you're asking me in some sort of way, so I'll go ahead and go." He said, No. He said, "You can stay. They won't be here till 8." I said, "I'll tell you what, I will stay here till 7:40, and if I'm not done, I'll pick up and go somewhere else." He said, "Oh man, I really appreciate that. Really cool guy. Really cool guy." Well, at 8:30, 10 minutes before I said I was going to get off, one of his buddies comes on there, and he starts going, "CQ douchebags on the air, CQ douchebags on the air." And I heard the other guy, I can't remember the guy's name. Let's just say it was Bill or something. He's like, "Bill, stop. Mm-hmm. And he kept going, and then finally I keyed up and it's like, "Sir, I'm going to tell you, I've already talked to your buddy. I realize you guys are coming on here at 8 o'clock. And I told him that I was going to get off at 8:40. But I'm going to tell you what, if you open your mouth one single word more, I will sit on this frequency all night. I don't care if I got to camp in this park. I will hold CQ all night long. I don't care if they come back to me." He never said another single word. And at 8:38, I was like, "All right, guys, we're moving to another frequency, and I'll finish getting you guys." I was like, "All right, guys, frequency's yours." That dude come on there and said, "You have a great activation, sir." But I mean, really,
yeah.
Ask somebody, and it'll go a long way.
I know. It's just the whole thing's ridiculous. It's like, dude, just go to another frequency. It's like, don't even ask. Like, I would never ask anyone to ever move if I'm doing POTA. Like, if I want to use a frequency, I would never ask anyone to move. And like, I think to expect to ask someone the way back, like, unless it's like a super established net, like, traffic net, got it. Like, the marine, net, whatever. Yeah, got it. Like everyone else, like, I don't want to hear about your, 6-man colonoscopy study group, like, I don't care. Go find a different frequency, or better yet, just get a DMR radio and make a talk group.
Yeah.
There's 100 videos on YouTube showing how to do it. Like, just go do that. You don't have to worry about people clogging up HF if you're on DMR.
I actually thought about starting an 80 meters only new thing, and just stop doing parks on the air and start doing colonoscopies on the air. I bet you I would get so many contacts, man. Like, my logs would be full.
Yeah, it's some ridiculous, man. Like, I don't understand the kind of logic behind it, because like I said, I would never ask anyone to move. If someone says, "Oh, we just talk on here," I'd be like, "Find me a different frequency and I'll move." And if they don't, I'm like, "All right, well, I won't move." I've done that before. Like, someone's like, "Oh, we're about to have a net." I'm like, "Find me a frequency." Said no. I'm like, "All right, well, I'm not moving."
Yeah, like, I mean, I honestly don't care to move. It does, it's a pain. It's a pain in the butt, especially on 80 meters at late shift time. Yeah. Late shift time is really busy on 80 meters, and they all hate me over there, because when we had back in December, when we had that solar flare deal, pretty much 40 meters died off for a long time. And actually, I mean, still, it's not great after dark like it used to be. Like, last summer, I mean, I think I've told you, maybe, I'm not 100% sure, my QSO count on per band, and like my 40 meters is just like crazy, and the other bands not so much. But it just don't work, and I've switched over to 80 at night. Colonoscopies don't own 80. Nobody does. Nobody does. My favorite one was an AM station popped over one time and said, and, and they said, "You're interrupting our AM broadcast, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "I'm interrupting your AM broadcast? Man, I'm doing real good tonight." But I was like, "Well, I'll move up a couple, and so I won't interfere with you." And he's like, "No, we do from like 3870 to 3880. I'm like, "No, you don't do 10. No, I'm not moving from 10 and taking that. No."
Yeah.
You don't own that for sure. And I'm not sure that was the 10 it was, but it was. I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah. No. I don't do a lot on 80 meters because I don't even think I've done a late night activation yet.
Oh my goodness!
I'll probably wait till summer. It's just too cold here,
dude. I've did. Oh, come on! You got a car. You got a car.
Yeah, but I don't have if I'm in the car, I'm kind of limited to the ham stick, and the 80-meter ham stick, from what I'm told, is crap. So, yeah.
I'm going to tell you, the Eagle One didn't do very good tonight. It might have been the van. Not the Eagle One, but the Wolf River Coils did not do very great on 80. That's the first time I've tried to play with it on 80 though, and I'm not gonna give it up. Because I have found several parks. I can't do an 8 shift every night while I'm here, but I have found several down here that it is open or whatever, and I can do the 80 meters.
Do you have that modification that center loads it? Because apparently, from my understanding, if you center load it, it actually works better on 80.
That's a thought. I actually want to do a video because I've got the thing where you can put not two coils, but two of the little things you slide up and down to change to frequency. I've got the 2-pack where I can put them on 2 frequencies. Like I could put it on 20 and 40 and just pull the pin.
Yeah.
So I want to do that and maybe center load it too, and see how it does.
I think KB9, is it VBR? Am I remember his call sign right?
Michael, you talking about Michael? Yeah.
I think the videos he showed where he did, I think he said it got better performance on 80. So Wolf River coils, really high Q on 80 meters. There's a lot of coil loading. Yeah.
You said you haven't done any late shift activations?
No, not yet.
I'm setting at 114 in late shift activations.
Yeah. Well, like I said, most of the stuff closes at night here. I don't have an 80-meter ham stick. I mean,
and it's not because I just absolutely like to go out in the dark. It's just the simple fact that when I'm home and I'm at work during the winter anyway, it gets dark about 5:30. I don't get home. Well, I mean, depending on where I'm going now, if I'm going to activate the core, there's a core 6 that I can leave my house from and get to in a decent amount of time. Now, my decent amount of time driving and normal, like for example, when I go to
decent, it's like 10 minutes away.
like a not bother me drive is an hour.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah. For me, an hour would be like if I'm going to go activate in Baltimore.
I mean, you're talking to somebody that on weekends, like the past 3 or 4 weekends that I was at home, I would get up at like 5 and 6 in the morning and take off and go to another state to activate. Like I've in the month of January, I did. Now I already had had parks in them, but I went back to Ohio a couple of times, back to Kentucky probably 5 or 6 times. I added Tennessee. I did the Virginia, all in the month of January. So the only one I added that was new, because I had all the rest of them was Tennessee. that Tennessee was my first, and
Nice.
and now even though it's not a state, it is listed in a state. So now I got DC. So that is my second new state for the year. 8 more to go for my goal.
Well, it's the wild card. That's the important one.
Yeah, it's the important one.
Because now you can skip going to either Alaska or Hawaii.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I've only actually done Maryland and DC, I think. Maybe Virginia. I might have done one in Virginia.
I've got all 3 of those.
Yeah.
When I go to Delaware, that'll be a new one for me.
Yeah, I want to do Delaware.
Yeah, Port Joseph Collins, his closest park is 40 minutes, and the next is another 30.
You want to know how long it took me to do my lunchtime activation driving?
Lunchtime activation. I love this. This is great. I love it.
Yeah, no, seriously, my lunch break.
I know you do them.
I drove down the street. What was it? Maybe 10 minutes away? Not even. Like 5 minutes away. I drove 5 minutes down the street, parked on the side of the road, and threw up the antenna. I was already on a park on the air.
Oh my God.
20 minutes later, went back to work.
Hey, Mike, good to see you. Can't wait to see you this weekend at Hamcation. Mike was going to actually meet me at the Jacksonville train yard just to say hi at like 7 in the morning. He was going to get up, and he actually overslept. Wow. He overslept and messaged me like as we were sitting there at the Jacksonville train yard. He's like, "Dude, I overslept. I'm not going to make it." I was like, "It's no problem, dude." But shout out to him. That's really cool that he wanted just to come out and
yeah, it's cool.
Me.
If there's at least maybe 3 or 4 parks I can lunchtime activate around me. Everything else is kind of a little too far away.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I would love to have a job like Bill's where, you're sending me to this part of the state today. Just so you know, I'm activating 4 parks while I'm gone. I really do. He told me what he does, and I don't even remember. And they don't pay him while he's doing parks, but he's able to do it while he's traveling to these different places. So
yeah.
I mean, that makes it really convenient.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you have a job like that, yeah. This summer, I might actually be able to do a lot because I don't know what my job wants me to do this summer, but there's not going to be school, so I'll be remote working from a park bench.
I was talking to my brother today, and he was talking about this, that, and the other. He's like, "How did you take off a month of work?" I'm like, "Dude, you can't." I'll tell you what. Who says it best was Vern Six. I don't know if he's watching tonight, but I know he'll watch on replay if not. Yeah, he used it as travel. He says, "Travel, your money can be replaced, but your time cannot." And
yep, I agree with that.
It's like a few years back when I had my brain cancer and stuff like that, because I used to work in these stupid executive jobs. I was a plant manager, had 300 people underneath me at one point in my life. And yes, I made tremendous amounts of money then. And yeah, like if I was doing ham radio then, I could buy me a DX10 for the house and one to do POTA if I wanted. But guess what? I would have had no time to do POTA and no time for myself. And my stress level was just like crazy. And honestly, I blame my stress level for, some, not for the cancer, but for some of the, I don't know what, some of the issue, that I had leading up to that.
Okie Rebel says he's going to start doing POTA this weekend. You got a G90.
Heck yeah, dude. G90 is just fine. Pat uses a G90. I used a G90 for like several weeks, maybe even a month while my radio was gone. And I still will use it to go out and do hiking activations. Matter of fact, I have it with me down here. I will probably do a hiking activation down here I kind of know which park I'm going to, I think, for that. But so yeah, good stuff. G90 will work, man.
Yeah, I need to make a like a bicycle bag and just ride my bike around DC, like around the mall, and just activate parks on the bike.
That's funny because I've actually been working on a design for my mountain bike, and I want to actually do a mountain biking parks on the air, like literally, because there's just one trail in Chief Logan, and once you get on top, you ride for a while, and I can take my time on top. It's good and flat on top, and I got to work out the details of how I'm going to log it. I'm probably going to have to record it, but how am I going to get the time? That's what I got to work out. But I want to do a complete, at least a 10 that I need for the activation. Yeah, after I get to 10, I can come off the bike and sit there and get everybody that wants to get me. But I want to get to 10, and so I can say it was activated from the mountain bike. I think that would be the awesome. But yeah, in DC, that would work great.
Oh yeah, just ride around. Like you could just get a regular street bike too, so you could put a pretty nice load on the back. I could probably just use the bike that's in my shed. But yeah, I think this summer that would probably be a goal, and then also do like an overnight somewhere, just a park. That would be kind of cool.
That's fun. I have done that. Hey Oki, if you have any questions about activating and stuff, man, reach out to me. Trust me, I activate more than most 3 people, but there's a few people that activate more than me. But so reach out if you need any help, man. Well, really quick, because we've been going for an hour, and I want to get started on the happy hour after dark. Pat also has a YouTube channel, guys.
Yep.
And you guys can check him out. But he's actually starting something new for his YouTube channel. I don't know if he wants to tell you guys about it or not, but if so, here's your chance to tell people what's going on, Pat.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do a new podcast. It's called Operator of the Week, and it's just going to be random amateur radio operators from around the world, really. And the guy right here is going to be the first guest. So he's going to be my inaugural episode, and I'm going to probably start out hosting on my channel, and maybe I'll move it to its own separate channel if it does well enough. We'll see. Also, you can find me on TikTok too. I've gotten a lot of traction on TikTok, so if you're on there, find me on there, and then you'll occasionally see me lounging around in the Discord. So on his Discord, that is.
Really funny point about him doing TikTok. He did like a little thing of me when we were doing the activation, like a little short thing. And he's like, yeah, I did this little video of you a little bit ago and put on TikTok. It's already got it was outrageous.
It's up to 7,000 views now.
It's up to 7,000 views.
It went on there Monday. Within 2 hours of me putting up that video, it went up to 1,500 views.
All right. Guys, I'm getting ready to put a link in the chat. This is only for Tier 2 and Tier 3 Patreons for the after hours. So please, only use that if you are a Patreon, because that's the only way I'm going to let you in anyway.
My link, just look up WA&PBE if you want to find my channel.
I will try my best to remember to put it in the description, and if not, I will make Pat a moderator in this channel, and he can drop it next week as well. So, guys, I appreciate you guys coming out and watching tonight. I appreciate all the slices of pizza. We're going to buy something cool and review it for you guys, and I appreciate y'all. Everybody try to get me while you're down here. Listen, if you get me while I'm down here in Florida and you tell me, hey, I'll watch your YouTube channel, I will send you a special Hamcation card. Okay? But only when I get back to West Virginia. Do not expect it this month. when I get back, I'll put a note in it and I will send you one. So, Patreons, I hope to see you guys over on the thing. And everybody, thank you very much. Thank you, Pat, and thanks everybody.
Thank you. 7 threes.
73 guys. Maybe. Broad.
And cut.
It will not cut.